Weaponizing Social Media by Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. The campaign period has begun. All kinds of characters want to run for public office. We, the 52 million Filipino voters, are bored with their antics. We are aghast at their resumes. Some of them are not even high school graduates. They resort to all kinds of cheap gimmickry, hoping to provide entertainment for free. They should not be called candidates. They should be called clowns. In the Philippines, politics is dominated by two kinds of clowns: rich clowns and poor clowns, hoping to become rich. Fortunately, we are at the cusp of a new ominous wave of change in the political beach. This wave is called the social media. In the Philippines, nobody knows how to control or manage social media. Rich clowns used to bribe press and broadcast journalists so that they could gain added illegal advantage over their competitors. But now, the rich clowns are beginning to discover that it's not impossible to bribe the leaders, much less all the netizens in cyberspace. If the first EDSA revolution was a Xerox revolution, and if EDSA 2 was a text revolution, then the next revolution against political corruption should be called the net revolution. The ideal UP student always gives the world a shock. I ask each one of you to give the mindless political candidates a shock. By demoting TV, which used to be the king of political advertising, and instead elevating as the political campaign weapons the tablet and the smartphone. In terms of social network use, the Philippines is ranked among the top countries. This could be the precursor of the participatory democracy of the future. Facebook is the premier social media service in the world. Twitter is an online social networking and microblogging service. YouTube provides a forum for the distribution of video content, particularly eyewitness features of political protests. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are the so-called Big Three social media services. These services enable large numbers of people to easily and inexpensively contacted by a variety of services. Social media lowers traditional socioeconomic barriers to commanding the spotlight. The power of the rich politicians becomes more porous and the political warlords have less control. It has been said that text messaging, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the internet have given rise to a reservoir of political energy. Digital technologies enforce the formation and activities of civil society groups, mobs, movements, and civil society organizations. Challenge to UP students. The ideal UP student is not interesting per se. What is interesting is what the ideal student does with his life after graduation from UP. As a rule, any UP graduate will always be characterized by academic excellence and by the courage to take social justice to the next level. If you are to serve your nation, I am here to testify that it will be a rough, contentious, and spirit-crushing journey. But as a true UP graduate, I insist that I have a role to perform. This role is to stand as one of gazillion bricks in the cathedral of governance. No one will remember me if I suddenly drop dead tomorrow. But generations after you and me will be able to put behind them the culture of corruption and build a new shining nation with leaders who are neither dazzled by the material world nor confused about their purpose in life. Hence, I have risen from my sickbed to issue you this challenge. For God's sake, save this country. Use social media during this 3-month campaign period to ensure that our people shall be led to choose deserving national leaders. Allow me to make some recommendation on how to weaponize social media against the corrupt, the clueless, and the clowns. I am paraphrasing from an article in the net issued by Craft Media Digital and written by Brian Donahue. Weaponize social media during the campaign by providing content that not only informs but also entertains and motivates. You need to develop skills in creative design, emotionally riveting visuals, and content that inspires action. We cannot weaponize by simply issuing a statement, a newsletter, or a Facebook post. We need to enlist the work of more graphic designers, creative writers, and videographers and musicians. Weaponize social media during the campaign by embracing targeted messaging strategies. You cannot rely on single-issue national messaging. You have to send custom messages to a specific audiences online. It is said that in today's digital age, data is the most precious commodity. Hook up with math students in the Diliman campus. Ask our math scholars to build algorithms for matching data. This will develop demographic models that will help you identify valuable voter behavior. For example, refer to Facebook Open Graph. Weaponize social media during the political campaign by delivering content so engaging that individual netizens will be motivated to share it. I see in the current campaign that the most egregious error of the candidate is that they treat social media as if it were TV or radio, where they simply transfer information to the masses. The strength of the web is information sharing among social netizens. Weaponize social media in the political campaign by accepting that the future of political warfare will take place online. For example, a comparative database that provides information on each candidate's age, residence, highest academic degree, and highest professional achievement will be a sufficient counterbalance to the tendency of the low middle class voter to sell his vote or to vote for the cute personality. Social media should be used as a showcase for intangible movement or energy, and a medium of information to motivate people to vote for or against a particular candidate. Conclusion. I share one unbreakable linkage with you. At one time, I was your age, and like all UP students, I wanted to change the world. Maybe I have, but the world also changed me. Now I'm old enough to have seen the world and have all my illusions shattered. Am I disillusioned? No, because as the poet said, though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in the old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are. One equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not yield. Weaponizing Social Media for the Ongoing Political Campaign by Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. Excerpt from the speech delivered to the UP Manila on February 12, 2013 at a symposium sponsored by the University Student Council. Vote. Vote for candidates that will make Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago proud.